Okay, well. Hey guys, welcome to the new 126 podcast. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all having a good day. So today, this is obviously the first one, and there's four of us at the moment. We got Cross over here. Well, she's there for me. We got Joe in the top right for me, but I don't know if he's there for you guys. And I got Sam above me, who is currently recording this for us. So it's quite limited today for the amount of people we have because it was quite short notice. So you guys understand, I'm sure. But we will be doing this as like a potential weekly thing. So hopefully every Friday we'll be doing this. And we'll just have different people from the crew. We'll also maybe have a special guest once every now and again, you know. And yeah, we'll just be talking about some things. It'll be more like a discussion kind of podcast, and we hope you all enjoy it. So I think we should get straight into this. What's one of the the discussions we should talk about, guys? What do you think would be the
I feel like we
best
should pick a
subject?
random.
What should we start with? What's something like we should start with?
How we all met. That'd probably be a good starter.
Okay.
Which is not much of a story with me, but you know.
Okay.
Same here.
I think okay, maybe the best starter is how we all came to be, or how this place came to be. But go on, Sam. You're about to say
hold
something.
there for a second. When Blue's here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Blue's here. Oh, is he? Okay. Well, now we got Blue joining. So it was originally Joe, Cross, me, and Sam.
Hello, Blue.
There's two Sams, and there's Blue here. Blue, are you going to unmute your mic and talk because we've just started? Okay, lovely. Silence. I think I'll just get into it, and then if Blue decides to unmute, he unmutes. So I think it's best as an opening kind of conversation to start with how we all kind of came together, or how the 126 crew came to be. It was around maybe roughly last year when it was me, Lucas, Blue, CJ, and Ben. Well, not really Ben, but us four. And we'd kind of decided that I obviously have a YouTube channel. Why don't we make something out of it and create like a group together? You know, thought it'd be quite fun. Play some games, see if we can get content similar to the Sidemen, because that was things that Blue and CJ and Lucas were saying, like, oh, we could do that. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So we did some things, and it's kind of not as well good as it should be, or we have done yet. We haven't put in a lot to it, but we're trying to do that now, if that makes sense. And then over the last year and a bit, we've met new people, we've found new friends, and I've been like, great, they can join, they can help, and everyone's kind of coming together now, and we've got this big group of people in the 126 crew. So it's been like a yearly kind of thing. Do you guys want to explain how you've been added over time? Cross, you want to explain how you've been here?
I'm really okay. I can't really go into certain depths because
Fair
it's
enough.
really in the internet. So
Yeah,
I don't
no,
want
that's
to start
understandable.
stuff again. But I was at the time. No, I was in before then, wasn't I?
I think so. I think partially though. It
I
was like a partial
partially
thing.
didn't know much. I couldn't really game as I have PS4. I only really had the Switch. Don't at me for that. But I only had a Switch, okay? So or a computer. So I didn't really have much gaming stuff to work
Right.
with at the time. I was kind of there for Sam, to be fair, like for moral sport, really, until
Right.
when I got after I left season 7 of Fortnite and then returned randomly and then got good, and then I was like,
Yeah.
hey, and then you were kind of like, if you want to be in, and I was like, sure, why not? And I'm vibing here now.
Well, that's great. Sam, because you were kind of like recently added, and so was Joe. Do you want to explain what happened, Sam, and the ideas we've had?
Yeah. So I was friends with a friend of Sam's, and then I took like a long break. Didn't even talk to Sam for a year, And then
Yeah.
with the recoming of 126 Crew 2.0, I've come back and I'm doing more for 126 Crew now than I did before, and hopefully gonna see this succeed.
Great. Yeah. Joe, do you want to explain kind of how you got added? Because it was kind of all of a sudden. So.
kind of-
Oh yeah, it was very all of a sudden. Well, Fortnite introduced imposters. I hopped in with two of my mates, Kennedy and Archie, and below the screaming children, I hear a voice that is not a little child, and that was Sam. And
Lovely.
then after that, that is basically my story of how I met Sam, basically, and how I'm here now.
Yeah, because Blue, who's down there, the guy without his camera on, we were it was me, Blue, and Ben, and we decided to jump into a Fortnite Imposters Phil and see if we could find anyone. And then we found Joe up there, and we found two other people, and I was kind of like, huh, maybe Joe would like to be part of the 126 crew. So I just kind of added him. Not much explanation. So probably still now he's very confused as to why he's here. But you know,
little bit.
um,
Oh,
hi Blue, I see you're there. Blue, do you want to explain how you originally became part of the 126 crew, even though you're one of the original founders,
Actually,
technically?
don't know.
You really don't remember?
Oh yeah, no, I do remember actually. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Um,
go ahead.
So this guy called Tiny Dick.
No, okay,
Um,
no.
actually introduced me to
Here
everyone in this
comes the
group.
chaos.
No, Blue, no, I mean, be, like, specific with names and just be serious.
Okay, so Tyler Dennis introduced me to Sam, who I thought was skinny at the time, and I watched Sam play Battlefront 2, and he was
Right.
pretty shit back then.
Oh, wow, thank you.
And then
Lovely.
what happened? Yeah, and I still beat him today. And then I forgot.
Yeah, then there was controversy in
Why
the
you
group,
laugh at
and
me? Who's laughing at me?
we all are, Blue. No, at the time there was controversy in the group, and we kind of split off, and Blue kind of came with me, and so did Lucas, but we don't really talk to Lucas anymore. And Blue's kind of been with me for the last 2 years, I'd say, since maybe I'd say last September, roughly, probably before that. But I'd say it was season 2 of chapter 2 of Fortnite, from what I remember.
I like how that's
And
the timeline.
no, but that's how I remember it, because I usually meet people through Fortnite, typically.
Finnan,
Yes, done.
why
What's
are you
up?
trying to promote your channel in the background there? We see it.
No, I'm not.
You
No, I'm
are in the TV. Stop looking.
He
I
needs a
know.
good background
Wow.
other than
I need
PlayStation.
a background. Listen. Sam's wearing his merch. It's fair.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's
fair.
merch. Just different.
Oh my god. Okay.
We don't
Do
want to
you
see
want
your.
me to put a bottle in the background and say, yeah, that's my
Oh
merch?
no, we don't want to see
Sound
your
like in
dusty
cap.
TV, do we?
Do you want me to buy the bean bag that I
Yeah,
was
get the
originally
beanbag.
thinking of making?
Are you serious?
Yes, there was a bean bag that you could customize. Anyway,
What?
so there's quite a few other members of the 126 crew who are obviously not here today because they're busy and they've got stuff
Man
on their
forehead,
plate.
stinky dom,
Shut up, shut up,
Nanny
Blue.
McPhee.
One of the main other people who should have been here was Ben, but he's had to go to his nan's, so he's not here today. But he'll be here next week, hopefully. So every week I feel like it will be a different roster of people who are on this, which is kind of,
Roster.
well, yeah, no, it is a roster. It's a roster of different people. We've got about 20 people in the 126 crew,
No, we
roughly.
don't. We have about 8.
No, we don't.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
You've
you
seen
can
the
literally go
Discord,
and
right?
look. You can literally go and look for yourself.
Okay,
You
let
can
me
see.
share the Discord then. Let me share the
Go
Discord.
to the welcome section and look at all the different people.
We
Blue.
got Bevan who doesn't count.
Well, he
We've
does,
got
but okay.
David who
3
just
admin,
does
3 members,
count.
and you're 14.
Anyway,
Minus 2 bots.
besides all of the other members, they're sorry they couldn't be here, but some of them are going to be joining sometime through the podcast. David actually sent me a DM saying he had to go to eat his dinner and then he's going to join back in a couple minutes, so that's cool. So you'll get to see David. But leading straight from the introduction of the 126 crew, do you want to maybe go into the rough future of the 126 crew?
No.
Like, what are we expecting from this?
To have a
Well-
giant community, probably.
Absolutely nothing.
What? But seriously, what is besides?
Can I say?
Go ahead.
Fan
Yeah, go.
art. Fan art. Oh my days! That'd be funny.
No, it'd be weird.
Not
Yeah.
just a banner.
What do you mean
People are
it'd be
gonna make
weird?
like fan
Every
stories.
YouTuber I know has fan art somewhere.
You know what, Cross? Being the fact you're a graphic designer, go make yourself some fan art. Yeah. It might sound a
He
bit
doesn't wanna
sad.
do that.
I'm a bass guitarist.
You what?
I'm actually a bass guitarist. I'm taking music in college, so I'm not actually a graphics designer. I
What
just have,
music
like,
can you
that
do then?
prepared.
Sing us a song.
No, it's not about singing a song.
Sing us
Blue.
a
Just
song.
singing this.
I said I
Oh.
play bass guitar. What? How is that linked
Sing
to
us
singing?
a song.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
play a song.
Why don't we sing my song? No, I'm joking.
Am I
You
invisible?
gotta
Your
be.
Demon
Yeah.
Slayer thing.
Am I
Um,
invisible?
So I'm just gonna look at I'm gonna look at
Blue, would
Blue,
you
your
get a
mic.
good mic?
Luke, your mic is still doing the thing. Just saying.
I don't care.
I was just
Okay.
looking through Discord and then I didn't realize we had a Gartic phone thing from last night. I've just seen everything all over again.
Yeah, we were playing a bit of Gartic Phone last night, and Sam made a text channel for it, and he's saving all of like the drawings that we did onto there, so we can go back and look at it. Right, that's something that I just thought about. We need to talk about why we closed down the 126 crew before. In rough terms, things got a bit heated. Some people were not being very kind and considerate, and they were saying some rude things to the people in the 126 crew. So I was
Say
like,
some
right,
names.
no, Blue, it's not
No.
Blue. Blue, there is still privacy. You know, we're still allowed our own privacy. So we had to shut it down for a bit to keep the heat down, just to keep everything chill, make everyone happy, kind of thing. And obviously, a lot of people were like, "Why did you shut it down? Why did you shut it down?" And I was like, "I can't tell you that yet." Blue, your mic's doing the thing again. Thank you. So people were like, bring.
Sorry.
People were like, bring it back, and I was like, okay, we'll think of something. And then recently, I was like, maybe we should change the name, and everyone was like, no, because we'd originally had the plan of calling it the Home Crew instead of the 126 Crew, and I was like, maybe the 126 Crew 2.0 is better, and everyone was like, yeah, that's fine. So that's kind of what we led into. I mean, what did you guys kind of think when we shut it down? Like, were you like, what's the point kind of thing, or?
I'm so used to kind of being in the know, so I was just like, okay, something's clearly going on, because I wasn't as active, so I was like, what's going on?
Right.
Something's gone wrong. Clearly, that's a big move for you to do. And I just saw like Instagram saying like we're gone. This page won't be anymore.
It was just as we were properly starting up as well, kind of thing, which was the most annoying thing. So as we were starting up, it was like, oh, we have to shut it down. Sorry, kind of thing. But yeah, did you like? You guys really probably weren't that impacted by it, but you were probably confused, I'm guessing.
I didn't give two shits.
Well,
Right.
I didn't
course
know
you
you
didn't.
guys back then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay. It's okay.
I was
Joe,
definitely confused though.
we've had this thing for, I'd say, a year and a bit now, but like in the works, and we've had plans. And one of the first things we actually talked about was doing this podcast, and I was like, would that work? How would we do it? I didn't have a PC at the time, so I was like, that's not going to work. We could have done it on phone, but at the same time, it wouldn't have been the best. But now, thanks to the help of Sam over here and the power of Discord and the power of having a PC, we can do stuff like this. So hopefully people actually enjoy it and are gonna like this kind of stuff. Because I've wanted to do it for a while, and a lot of us are very chaotic, and we're always talking about things, and we're always like, that would be good for a podcast. So now we're actually gonna do it.
It's gonna get worse the more it goes on.
The more people and the more it gets or goes on, it's gonna be so chaotic. It's gonna be mad.
Feeling some mad.
As you can see, Sam doesn't stop talking anyway, so he's doing great
Oh,
on the
okay.
podcast.
All right, Sam. Thanks, Sam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Right. What's another thing we should talk about? What would you say your goals in life are? Yeah, well, everyone kind of thing. What's a
No
goal for
comment.
life? Cross, you should talk about your plan because I know you are very
No, but
passionate
that's not
about that.
myself. Okay, yeah, it's my main passion. Everyone knows it because I won't shut up about it. Even though I haven't really got much planned yet, but I am only planning it properly now because I will be getting a PC this Saturday. So
And I'm
thank
giving
you,
you a
Sam, for the
monitor.
monitor, by the way.
It's okay.
But I want to be a full-time YouTuber in the future because there's no way I can do that right now because of college and stuff. But I want to be a full-time YouTuber, being retarded on the internet so other people don't have to.
Fair enough. And then, you've got all this plan with this great computer you've just recently found.
Yeah, that we're not just. I won't do the specs of it yet. I'm not gonna. I'm just
But
gonna.
it's a really good computer for the price that she got it for. So, yeah, Joe, Sam, any other goals for your future plans?
Be alive.
Fair enough. I mean, I really hope that we'll all be alive in the near future, you know?
It's just a good goal, you know.
It's a great goal, but
I think it's
Sam-
everyone's goal. I think it's
Sam has
everyone's
been like,
goal.
"Ooh."
Oh, no. But Sam, like, I mean, like, career goals for anything. Or life goals.
Don't put me on the spot, man. I want to get
Well,
a
you're
job,
not
you
gonna-
know.
Yeah, but, like,
Uh,
do you know what kind of industry you want to go into? Do you want to continue with, like, social media and stuff? Like,
I mean, who doesn't want to be a massive YouTuber, you know?
well,
But
yeah,
that's
that's
the
fair.
problem. There's so many people that want to be a massive social media star. It's hard to do it, you know.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do right now, and it might not work.
And we're
It probably won't
failing.
work. We are failing horribly. Hi, I'm Samikin126. How are you?
And you're watching the Sam channel.
This is oh god. Okay,
It's started.
it's already brewing. I can feel it. Okay, Joe, any career plans?
Go along something business marketing or managing something like that.
Okay,
Because
that's
all
actually
my A levels are
One that
based
probably
off.
has his life planned.
yeah. I was gonna say that was
Mm.
something that Sam said to me about. Sam, if you don't mind me talking about like
Go ahead.
why you ended and stuff, he was saying, you know, he felt that he's more better as like maybe a manager or a leader or kind of thing, and I was like, that is fair enough. That's fair enough. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And then he approached me and said, Sam, how would you feel if I managed the 126 crew? And at first I was like, okay. And now it's kind of like he's shown me so much and given me so many tips. So I'm like, yeah, you are a good enough candidate to be the manager, sure. So that's why he's obviously recording this stuff for us and most of the time managing bots and stuff on Discord and stuff like that. But sorry, go on. Continue, Joe. Continue.
Yeah, no. That's good for doing A level business, A level economics, and a BTEC and IT. I mean, bit of
Yeah.
it's stressful as hell, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I dyslexic ass. Never.
No,
No.
I hate writing long mark answers, but you know, I'll just give myself hell.
See,
But,
like, I did IT last year and it wasn't too bad. We got to create our own website. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I know how to do that in the future if I need to. But I like IT. I like
that's what I'm
IT.
going to do this year for coursework.
Right.
But yeah, last year my teacher took 7 months off. So we had a supply who taught us the exact same thing for 7 months. The exact
like
same
mine.
database, about the exact same beach, with the exact same rubbish being collected and stuff, because that was like environmental week, but he kept doing the exact same thing. And now the exact same things happened this year. That's one of my teachers just not came in yet.
Yeah, my teacher went on maternity leave and then we were given like 3 different supply teachers. And because I was doing college from home, it was like they couldn't exactly contact me because the teacher didn't tell them about me. So I was like, okay, I'm meant to be doing IT work right now, but what am I meant to be doing? Because I don't know who the teacher is. I don't know how to contact them, and I don't know what we're meant to move on to because the teacher has to give us like the list of the coursework we should be doing. So it was kind of like I accidentally passed last year, but I don't want to bait myself out and get my grade taken away or something, just in case by
Yeah.
some dumb luck a teacher watches this and they're like, oh, he cheated his IT, we're taking his grade away.
I mean, they can't really.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
that's true.
It's weird you guys call
Yeah.
them supply teachers. We call them
because-
substitutes.
Well, yeah, we're
Substitute.
calling supply or something. I don't know. We're just calling supply
But
teachers.
that's more like an American thing, though. Substitute teachers.
It's just you have a supply teacher and you just have one of them.
Right. Well, fair enough. Blue, have you got any goals for the future other than living, like Sam said?
First I want to beat Sam in Battlefront 2 once and for all.
Even though he said I was shit.
Not now, guys.
Then I want to go to Croydon
That's currently where I live. Lovely.
and cross his house down.
Oh, you'd be burning a lot of other people, but okay.
Pyromaniac.
Then what I want to do is get a contract.
Okay.
Then I want to also. What do I want to do?
You wanted to sign on to football because you're like
Yes.
doing that.
Yes, I want to sign a contract for Man United.
Okay.
Why Man U?
Right, okay.
What do you mean,
He's
my
a-
Man U?
Why
He's a
Man
Man
U?
U fan.
You dirty
Bought
Liverpool
Ronaldo.
fans.
You bought Ronaldo in the same amount of points as us. That's just embarrassing, bro.
Listen, we're not having football talk here, okay? I don't like
You
the
can-
subject.
We need a rage chat where them lot can just argue.
Listen, you guys can argue
Oh
about
my God, yeah.
football.
You got
Only you can
Ronaldo, we
say
got
it.
Saka.
I don't want to have the notifications for that.
Your notifications are good. You're gonna hate it. If this chat 126 crew blows up, we said it. You're gonna be like,
Why did I do
notifications
this?
are gonna. Why did I do
My
this?
phone has
I'm gonna hate
shut.
this.
It's 1 o'clock this morning.
Okay, that's an actual good point. Leading into some other things for you guys raging about a specific, football club. We're gonna go into a specific about merchandise. I know it's very like it's kind of similar because you got Man United, which Blue is obsessed with, and a lot of people disagree with the fact that that's a team, and that's technically considered a
It
type
is a
of
team,
merchandise.
though.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know it is.
Oh, go
Oh.
away, Arsenal fan.
Okay.
You stink.
Anyway,
Oh man.
so do you guys plan on? Well, I already have plans for this, and I've thought about it. But do you guys plan on having merchandise in the future?
Oh,
No way.
absolutely.
I mean, like,
We've talked about it.
Sam already
Oh, go
wearing
away.
rocking it, you know?
Sam already
I don't know
wearing
about
his,
that.
Wait, what, Joe? What was that?
First step, if I wanted merch, I'm gonna get a channel. That's
Well,
gonna be the first step.
that's
That's gonna be
fair
the
enough.
first step, but even though.
I don't want to reveal too much, but I was having ideas, the other day about Christmas merchandise and like actual other merchandise for the channel. But the problem is I need to be slightly more popular and I need to kind of know if people would actually buy it. Like I could say right now, would you guys get my merch? And most likely you'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No,
But
we wouldn't get your merch.
either
Oh.
one that could be lip service, or two, I don't know if it's fully affordable for people, because we all still have a budget to an extent.
I mean, you don't know until you do it.
True, but I
So-
don't want to have like a bunch of merchandise that I've bought with my money and then no one buying it and be like, oh well, this is great, kind of thing,
Hey, Father Ken,
Yes, Dakota. What do you want?
how much would you sell like a Samikin 126 shirt for?
A shirt would be like 15, 20 quid.
Are you piss off? I ain't paying.
I'm not going to
15
sell it for
that.
10 quid. Hell no. Hell
It's
no.
£5 maximum. 15 to
£5?
20
Are you mad? £5?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. If you do sell it for £5 and a lot of people buy it, then you're doing pretty decent there. But
£15
I've still got.
on a shirt.
Okay, listen. I've
May I
got to
actually
figure out
spend your
things.
profit?
Yeah, I'm thinking about different things. Nothing's final. Nothing's set in stone. I'm just thinking about them. Okay, they're just ideas for the time being.
We're still
But
researching stuff.
yeah, there's still a lot of things that we got to think about. A lot of like, blew your mic.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of future things.
Jesus Christ.
It's like whenever
The
we start
aliens are
talking about the
invading.
crew. It's
They
like
are
whenever we
invading.
start talking about something, Blue's mic's just like. Blah, 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 blah,
I
blah.
don't know why, but it reminds you of Transformers.
Well, how's Bluey, like, other Sam, how's your merch doing and stuff? Because you got your own merch.
I released it. I have about 50 total sales between all my merchandise, which is not bad, but I don't have my
Pretty
profit.
good first.
I don't have my profit set as a ton. So although a hoodie might cost €40, for example, I'm making a €5 profit from that. For
Yeah.
example.
That's understandable. I mean, I've always kind of thought of the thing is the way to go to make something more pricier for less people to buy it, but for better kind of quality, or to make things cheaper so more people can buy it, you know, and
This
you'll
is
have
like,
more quantity than quality,
mm,
you know.
that's like basic business, basically. Like business,
Yeah.
economic. But what you want to make sure you do is make actual profit.
Mhm.
So you want to calculate how much like, it'll cost you, like distributing it, exporting it, or getting like stuff in.
Mm.
But then you kind of gotta sell it. You want to know how many people are gonna buy it. So what's the demand gonna be? But then
Right.
you're gonna put a price, so it's not too expensive. So people are like no, but not too cheap that you don't make a profit.
And
So you kind of want something in the middle.
what's like the target market kind of thing.
Target market. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I used to do product design in secondary school, and it was
Target
always,
market.
if you're making this, what's the target market? What's the age range? What kind of
Yep.
price are you looking at? It depends on what materials you've used and stuff like that. And I thought it was
Democratics.
complicated at the time, but now it's kind of like I can understand it, but you have to go into business and economics and stuff like that to understand the proper
Further.
basics, you know, and further
Yeah. Yeah.
along with stuff.
I mean, would it ever be a consideration of making zero profit, just selling it for the fact that people might want it?
I mean,
That's true.
but then you're spending however much money it is to make these things and then sell them for nothing, so you're
I
getting
mean,
nothing back.
by all means, if you are really close with your fans, you feel like on a personal level, and
Mhm.
like you have the money to do so, then like I would, in a way.
Mm.
You know when
Oh,
fans
yeah.
reach out to you like, oh, you know, you've helped me through this, and like, you know, certain fans that you get to actually meet in person.
Yeah.
Then I feel like, yeah, it's a bit different because you're like,
I mean,
I don't know.
Sam, we've got to have a discussion off of podcast.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because, I mean, like,
You're in trouble, Sam.
here's where
Oh,
I do my merch, and yours way over there, out in the
Yeah.
distance. I don't
Mine is
think you understand it fully.
Mine is non-existent at the moment, and I'm genuinely was like, oh, it's a good idea, but then I started thinking about cost and everyone if they will buy it and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I need to think about this before I actually go ahead with a plan that I'm just walking into without any plan, you know.
Yeah.
But like something that Sam has recently taught me, which I've always been brought up and people are like, "Oh, you should make a plan for things." I'm usually one who's quite spontaneous for something. So I'm more of like an under pressure kind of guy. I'm more like an on the spot kind of guy. But I do need to learn to start planning for things, to be honest. And usually if I am making something or releasing something, I'll be like maybe a week in advance, I'll be like, "So here's what's going on. This is what's going to happen then. I hope you enjoy it," kind of thing. But I want to start planning before I actually do that stuff and think about outcomes of how it will reach different people, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just the topic of merchandise anyway. It's a cool thing. It's such a cool thing, but you got to have a rough idea how it's going to go before you do something like that. So, you know, that's all. That's all.
So,
Like, Just merchandise.
Thinking about it, it's a thing. We're
Yeah.
thinking about it. It's
Ross
something.
is gonna start getting excited soon because she's
I
already
am.
excited for her PC.
I am.
The
but
moment that she can start, the moment you can start making videos, your heart is gonna be
I
beating.
told my mum I might have a slight problem with college at one point because I'm just gonna be like, ooh,
The adrenaline though is gonna be mad.
the mama's adrenaline is kicking in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried to because I'm just like YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, you say that you want to like stop talking about it because you might think that people find it annoying,
Yeah.
but it's actually a really good thing to talk about it because you might know something that maybe I don't know or Sam doesn't know or Joe or Blue, and then you might say it, and
Well,
then
as
we'll be
far as
like,
I'm concerned,
oh, okay.
both you and Sam, both Sams have way more knowledge in that area than me in like a practical way.
To an
Yeah.
extent, but not really. You know.
I mean, like, I vomited out all my information to Sam the other day. So, like,
That's why we were talking for like 7 hours.
I
Just
mean,
about.
you know, Sam,
Nice.
we've had conversations where I've been talking about it for like 3 hours straight, and you've gone,
Yeah.
"This is crazy." I'm like, "No, I could go for more."
But it's interesting. I find it really interesting.
It
You
is
know.
because every day I end up, I live and breathe on YouTube at this point to an
Mhm.
extent. I'm not like in all the gossip. I really don't care. As far as I'm concerned, my channel's gonna be like, I don't really want to deal with gossip stuff. I might like
Right.
read hate comments and do like a funny like, "Ha, I'm fat." Where? Anyway, like, but
Well,
I don't know. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to do anything that's like, oh, so this person hates me, and they've made like a whole thing on like why they hate me. Let's look at it. I'm just be like, guess what? I've got more fans. It's crazy.
that's
Anyway,
another thing. Yeah, just very quickly. That's another thing. Well, on YouTube, everyone's got to kind of deal with the hate aspect as well, and that's a lot of things that people go into, and they're like, "Great, I can do a YouTube channel. If it becomes successful, that's going to be amazing." But sometimes people don't actually think about the hate aspect that they're going to get, and then some people get very affected by it, and then end up quitting and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That is not indirect to anyone, by the
I know.
way. I'm just saying, and in my opinion, that's something that you've kind of got to learn to not care about.
Hate so hard.
It's you. If you're happy with your content and you know people are enjoying it, great. Screw the people that are hating on it because all they
Like,
are is jealous. You know.
my brain in advance
Yeah,
is
exactly.
already like before we start YouTube. I still have this like small little voice in the back of my head that's like, oh, not saying names, but it's kind of obvious. But people from the past, they're gonna come back and see your videos and be like, ha, like blah blah blah, like for no reason.
Mhm.
But my brain
Yeah.
just goes, hey, like at the end of the day, they're still giving you views. They're still boosting your content by doing that. And if anything, they're just gonna get a whole community after them.
Exactly.
And like you said, at the
Exactly.
end of the day, just gonna be jealous because you're successful more than what they thought and stuff.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
They're giving you hate, but they're giving you content.
Exactly.
more
You know, you
content.
could actually make a video out of it. You could be like, oh, okay, so this guy's hating on me, blah 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 blah.
Diss
Even though that's like,
tracks.
even though that's like the worst thing to do, because it's just, it's retaliation and
like,
it can make things worse. You know.
but at the same time, you're giving them the spotlight they're asking for.
True.
That
They
is
want
true.
some of your
Attention.
fame,
That is very
or they
true.
want some of your
Mhm.
your attention. It's like, okay, listen, I'll give it to you. You have a 10-minute video. Leave me alone. Any
Exactly.
further comments, I'm banning you from my channel. Get away from me. But at the same time, I'm like, they're giving me more watch time.
Mhm.
You're paying my bills at this point.
I mean, I don't know necessarily about you guys, but it does kind of, you sometimes get a pit in your stomach when you've got people potentially from your past who are contacting you being like, hey, what's up? And you're like, I don't want to talk to you. Why are you
Yeah.
trying to talk to me now? And you do get that pit and that feeling like, oh no, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
the same time,
Always
if you
happens.
think about it, you must have left such an impact on them for them to want to come back to you and try and talk to you again. So you've got to kind of think of it like that. And then it's like, oh, okay, I've made an impact on this person. Whether we don't talk or not because of good or bad reasons,
Mm.
the fact that they're thinking about it and wanting to talk to you again is some kind of a good sign, but at the same time, it can be negative.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from with the whole, you're giving me money with
Like-
watching my videos. Yeah.
Imagine craving attention.
We all
Well,
know.
imagine craving attention in a negative way.
We all know that one person or knew that one person who has done that at one point in their life.
High school was
Like,
bad
one
for
person
it.
in the group, but I'd be like
Mhm.
other people who may or may not see this video. I'd be like, you know what? I like that person that immediately came to your mind. Like, oh yeah, ha, been there.
Yeah. There's always that one person you'll think of when you hear something bad about. Like, someone could bring up a situation and then you'll be like, oh, I just thought of that person. So there's always that one person you're always going to think of about that. Anyway, besides the negative stuff, I think we should move on to something more positive before our minds go to a place where we don't want them to go.
But you know, like, I was just thinking, 'cause, after seeing Cross's drawing earlier, you can sell paintings like for like 40 or 50 quid now. People buy them. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some. They've been really random. Like, people have like a black screen. They'll just put blue splotches and someone will bid on it for like 50, 60 quid.
There's actually a similar thing that I found, which made me then go, no one can tell me my art is trash. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but it's this picture that just an artist made, and this picture went for 1 point something mil, right? It's literally just the red canvas. It's just the red canvas. They've painted it all red. And
No, I think I know what you're on about. I think
and
I know
I'm
what
just
you're
like,
Yeah.
and I can draw hands. I find
Yeah.
hands really easy to draw. Apparently, it's one of the hardest things to draw. I find them really easy. I can't draw anything else.
Same.
Facial features, that's difficult. Everything else, that's hard. That drawing that you saw took me forever to do.
I remember the day that we did that.
You heard
We-
me screaming about
We
it.
were having a drawing competition. Mine's up there, but I can't show it because I can't tilt my computer good enough. But we had a drawing competition one day, and it was kind of like whoever's is the best gets like a prize or whatever. And it was quite a few of us. There was like 5 of us doing it, and I actually enjoyed it, and I really want to do it again sometime soon. It could even be a video, you know. But I remember Cross getting so frustrated because she decided to do it out of paints and stuff. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
no.
I've been working with digital art for so long, and literally, I can't even make this up. I drew a line, did it wrong, and tried to double tap the paper. It didn't work, and I was like, "Oh yeah, where's my rubber?" Oh
Yeah,
I was gonna redraw his face.
That's mad. Like, I'm just gonna share my screen real quick.
I was gonna say, leading into the art thing, Sam has got paintings in his room that I saw like yesterday of canvases that he was doing.
I mean,
Is he,
like, how much would you pay for that?
I
I'd pay £10 for that, but I feel like that's going for like 130.
no, that's going for like 13 grand, 16 grand.
Try
That's probably going for a lot more
250,000.
than that.
Dead serious. That's going for 250,000.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Cross.
I
The thing is, you could make art, yeah, or whilst you're YouTube and just do it as a side thing. Also, some you can do like little tutorials or something, and then sell that painting.
See, I kind of
Fucking
art
hell.
more as a mental health escape thing.
Right.
The side thing I wanted to do with YouTube, which is kind of linked to me doing music at college, is I wanted to upload lo-fi. I know Sam's seen it. It was a small thing that I had to do, but I wanted to have the same channel, like some part of it be lo-fi, where it's just lo-fi playlist, and the other part be like gaming, podcast, maybe all that jazz. And kind of have it like some people know me for lo-fi, some people know me for gaming, and like mixes.
Like,
Because I love lo-fi, and yeah, not just anime themed, obviously, but that's what I wanted to do.
could use 126 crew. You know, make sure it's non-copyright. Everyone then, whenever they're streaming, could just use it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I call it lo-fi. Some people call it lo-fi.
Lo-fi?
I call it lo-fi hip hop. I've always heard it as lo-fi instead of lo-fi. And I used to actually listen to it a lot when I was younger, and I thought I was weird because I just listened to like theme tracks or theme music from films and stuff like that in this kind of style. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, but I don't know if people necessarily like this. So I wouldn't tell people that. But then as of recently, I didn't even know that I had a whole playlist on Spotify of lo-fi music, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. And other people like it as well. So I'm like, cool. That's great. And it's good for like background music and videos and
It
stuff.
is.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of a lo-fi girl. Or lo-fi
No.
girl.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
it's
And
the
I-
stream that goes on live for like
Oh yeah, and
Ages,
she's
yeah.
like this, and then she's like writing or drawing or something.
She's got
Yeah, yeah.
47,000 people just watching her right now.
Oof.
It's mad.
I mean, like, it's definitely not a small genre.
More
Yeah,
than us.
more anyway.
Yeah, 47,000 more than us.
But yeah, I
Mm.
plan to make some that obviously are copyrighted. Probably
Mm.
my favorites. But I might leave I'm not gonna leave the crap ones per se.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
free. Because, you know,
Yeah, no, I get you. I
So-
get you.
yeah, that was actually the plan for when I probably in the very far future, if I ever attempt to go on Twitch
Mm.
with my swearing.
TOS.
like, hey, I can use this for background, or maybe this is not meant to be podcast. This is not podcast still, but for the Minecraft stuff that I want to do, maybe if I can sort that to be a thing, then I would.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's understandable.
yeah.
That was actually one of the things you were talking about. I was like, that's a really important question to bring up. Mental health. That is the biggest
It's a
problem
big worry.
in modern day society.
Yeah.
Is the
That's-
biggest
that's
thing.
Not only, I mean, yeah, a lot of it is in our age gap group,
Mhm.
but even like I'd say all ends of the spectrum.
Mm.
Older
Yeah.
people, even like kids, are like
Mm.
messed.
My sister's getting pretty bad with it, but
Mm.
like through the whole high school, I was kind of alright. Like I was no like bad moments. Like well, there were a couple bad moments, but they didn't really affect me mentally.
Mhm.
But no, I wasn't. I was kind of just someone I used to chill around with anyone. But because of that, I met a load of people. They were struggling to start talking to me, and it kind of got me to actually understand what people could be going through before you actually judge them.
Exactly.
So like that's helped a lot recently in modern day because I know when someone thinks up with someone, and if they want to talk, they'll talk.
Mhm.
So it's fair.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. I want to ask Blue though. Blue, do you ever struggle with mental health problems
Not anymore, no.
that you have in the past for stuff, right?
But nothing too serious.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I think one thing we can all relate on here is we've all had a situation in our life where our mental health hasn't been the best, and it's gotten to a point of really negative things, but we obviously won't go into that. But it is something that people take for granted, and they'll be like, oh, I'm fine. And then they'll find out, wait, maybe I'm not fine. And then
And then
they'll have to
you
learn
like a ton
to.
of
Yeah, and then they'll have to learn to come to terms with, and
Yeah.
either they can help themselves or they won't, and it can.
you like
I-
that. I feel like it's a part where there's some people even like their safety circle as what I call it anyway, but like their can't think of the
Same.
word, but we'll go safety circle right now. Like it could be like really good, and
Mm,
you know they can still be they get like all the help they need or can get. Try to say, but
that's true.
if they're not willing to help themselves, I know it's hard in that mindset. I've been there, but it gets to a point where so many people are telling you you need to help yourself. You need to be in the
Right.
you need to open up to actually trying to get better. If they're
Yeah.
not gonna attempt to help themselves, then you literally cannot help them. Because if
Exactly.
they're not even trying themselves, even trying to put their all in,
Mm.
with understanding of obviously at that point they've probably got their in their brain they've got nothing.
Hmm.
They've barely got reasons to be here. But if they're not willing to have some type of willpower come out in like obviously in a justified amount of time,
Yeah.
you literally can't do anything. And I feel like that's what makes then not in I don't mean to be this in a wee way, but makes their group worse because they're trying to help realize they can't, and then it's like this loop.
Right. Because I'm not trying to take spotlight or credit for anything, but I've had a lot of situations in my life where I've had to help as many people as I can, and some have accepted it and have taken the advice I've given them, and then others have just been like, you know what, screw you, you've made my life worse. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I've tried to help. There's nothing else I can do. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. That's completely understandable. If I've done something wrong, I'm very sorry. But if you turn around to me and you're like, you're no longer a help in my life, I don't want you in my life, then it's like, okay, I have to respect their decision. I can't get mad about it. I just have to respect what they have to say. Because it's not up to me or my decision whether they talk to me or not.
Mm.
But just along with that, in secondary school, there was a place called like iBase and isolation and stuff like that. So kids who are like my age who had done bad things would go there for a day to sit with no social interaction, and sometimes the teachers would need help with trying to get to them because they weren't exactly comfortable with talking to people who were older than them. So sometimes they would ask me, I know it sounds like a really stupid thing, but sometimes they'd go and ask me and they'd be like, I know you know them, can you please talk to them for us, see if you can get to them on a personal level? And there was a good few times that it actually worked because kids our age are more willing to open up to people who are their own age than someone who's older that
Or
they don't necessarily know, you know?
yeah.
So I guess I'm kind of slightly experienced in that realm, but I don't want that to sound
Yeah.
big-headed.
As in
No,
you're
no, no, I
used
know
to
what you
being
mean.
like the pillar that people lean on.
Right.
Or like,
And
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
that gets to people.
Like I've had my fair share of problems, and to be honest, I'm not the best at talking about them with people because I sometimes get I sometimes do get a
I've
bit.
tried, guys.
I think everyone has tried. But I kind of open up in my own time, you know. And I don't know if it's for you guys. Is it easy for you to open up, or do you find it quite difficult? Or
Trust issues, and I don't know. I don't feel like I have anything wrong mentally. I'm kind of alright. In the past, I did, but I had like three mates. We were all still talking and stuff. We just helped each other get through stuff, and now we're all good.
right,
But
right,
that's kind of when I was with my ex, there was this girl that I was good mates with. She suffered from like mentally quite badly, and I was there, always helped her and stuff. And I was one day she literally said, "Nah, go away from me."
hmm
And then a couple of weeks later, or a couple of weeks ago, she texted me. She's like, sent me this whole paragraph like, "Oh, like my dad's been like not turning up and stuff. He's not come visiting us and all this like." And so I was like giving all these problems and stuff. I'm like, well, that is a bit heavy to drop on someone when you're not talking to them in literally about maybe
right.
a year, couple months. But honestly, it was mad. It was very mad.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
gonna
kind of
say.
sat there. I was like, what do I do?
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's a certain part of that that makes me think. Even though she doesn't talk to you anymore, at least there's a part of her that trusts you still and is willing to talk to you about that. But at the same time, why is that the first thing you're going to talk to me about in
Exactly.
years? So I get your problem.
Mm.
Sam, have you ever had any problems with stuff like that?
Not nowadays. I did I don't know, 2 3 years ago, but
Mm.
kind of sorted out myself, to be honest.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always good to get advice from other people, but if you know you can handle it on yourself, then great. But don't feel like you have to deal with it all by yourself, kind of thing.
I mean,
Um,
like pushing things down and keeping it quiet for some people could be worse than having it.
exactly, exactly. Um, Cross looking away. Blue.
Looking out for things right now. Oh, well, Sam, you know me. Seasonal depression is the most amazing thing to be doing. It actually
Right.
is so great. Because right now I'm on my actually sorry to make this dark, but I'm on my going to Christmas part. Just
Right.
not good. But we'll try. I'm trying
Yeah.
to get emotional right now. Well,
It's okay.
it's hard to
talk about it
like
without.
I trust you and Keely the most.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
that, but at the same time, it's like depending on what it is, makes it harder to talk to certain people, or
Right.
it's the trust certain parents more than others, or I know certain
Mhm.
parents can't. So then I'm like,
Yeah,
and I do
yeah.
have a bottling it in problem, but we don't talk about it. So it's
Right.
hard. I will say it's
Right.
hard. I feel like it's easier when you have someone who is either on your level or has been in your shoes.
hmm
But at the same time, so they don't compare their versions of what you're going through to yours. Because like obviously, for example, from experience that I'm trying not to say loud, but when you've got depression and you have another friend or family member with depression, the main thing is you've got to remember is that though you may both be going through the same situation mentally, both of you aren't going to have necessarily the same like habits, if you will,
Right.
or
Right.
like ways to cope, or
hmm
sorry, or ways to like how they deal with stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I feel like it's okay, but then there's certain points where like some people get scared to trigger other people because they know they're going through the same stuff, and I feel like that's where it gets kind of tricky because
Right.
a lot of my friends have mental issues as well, so it's like
Mm.
So,
Okay. Well, I feel like that's a decent part of that covered. Remember, guys, if you are watching this now and you are struggling in any way, shape, or form, please let someone you know or you love and you trust talk to them. If you feel like you can't handle it yourself, please talk to anyone. At least talk to someone.
and even if you feel like you can handle it,
Mm,
I feel like letting someone know that you're just currently a little bit, or you're feeling it.
exactly.
Not necessarily like there's some things that I feel like all of us have probably like gone through, but we've done it ourselves,
Mm,
and like that's
hmm
completely fine. That is literally completely valid. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like letting someone know that you're a bit mentally low is
Mm.
still okay, just so like they're
They're aware of
aware
it. Yeah.
of kind of like ins and outs.
I mean, please feel free, even if you're not comfortable with talking to a family member or friend, we're all here if you need any support. And yeah, don't ever be afraid to talk to someone. It's okay to not be okay, kind of thing.
Yeah, and
Mm.
if
It's okay.
if you ever don't want to talk to a family member, you can always text 85258.
hmm
Yeah, big brain right there.
Right. That's good to know. That's good to know. We'll link that in the description and stuff like that. But yeah, I think for this part, because if we're gonna do this professionally, if we're doing a podcast professionally, we're gonna cut to a quick break. Okay, this is gonna be a quick mini break. Okay, so we will be back after the break, guys.
One, go ahead.
Okay, all right, guys, we are back from our little break. We just discussed a couple things, and that's actually one of the things that that's one of the things that we all wanted to talk about just now, because it is the most talked about thing at the moment, and it is upcoming movies and TV shows. I think, as most of you are aware, the biggest hyped movie at the moment. What are you doing? Okay, you're
I
advertising your
went
shirt.
anime. Sorry.
Okay. One of the most biggest and upcoming talked about movies that is coming at the end of this year is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, be quiet.
It is the
Don't,
most
no, don't even.
no, 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 no. It's the
It
most talked
is.
about film because the trailer. This is the problem with the trailer. The teaser trailer has come out 3 months before the actual film.
Mm.
The actual second trailer is set to come out within the next couple of days, apparently.
Yep.
And then the film comes out in December, but they are cutting this really short for trailers and stuff.
Now, by the way, disclaimer in case anything we predict might be real.
Oh yeah, like spoiler warning, technically.
Exactly. So if you don't want to possibly know what's gonna happen,
Just like skip to this timestamp.
Right. Skip to this timestamp right here. It's in my hand right now. Anyway, so we'll just jump straight into it. Do you guys have any predictions for what is going to potentially happen within that film?
not a prediction, but I I know I'm gonna get hate for this. I don't want to see all 3 Spider-Mans.
Oh, be quiet.
I want to see Tobey
whole point
Maguire.
of the
I want
film.
him to make an entrance.
The whole point
I
I
of
don't
the
know.
film.
I think it's
I
gonna
mean-
steal Tom Holland's spotlight. You know.
Tom
I
Holland
get
is
that.
shit.
That's
Your
a lot of
shit.
things that that is something that people are getting annoyed at because every Spider-Man thing that Tom Holland has been in, he's always had like a figure who is like leading him by the hand kind of thing. So you had
Yeah.
Homecoming where it was Tony Stark with Civil War as well. Far From Home was kind of Tony Stark, but then Tom Holland started like going on his own kind of thing. And now he's being mentored by Doctor Strange at this point. So it's a bit like, when will Tom Holland, his Peter Parker, get to have his own kind of spotlight where he doesn't have to rely on everyone and he can do it himself?
Did you like
Go on, Cross.
All I care about is Zendaya.
Sorry, Sam.
Literally all
Oh,
I
for
care
fuck's
Zendaya.
sake.
Of course, of course.
all I care about. If she doesn't appear, I'm leaving. I will
No,
literally be like, I want a refund.
She's literally in the trailer. How
Yeah.
could she not be?
Guys, go. I just found the second trailer,
It's not real.
and I think I just saw Andrew Garfield.
It's not real. All these trailers are fake, unless it's
No.
actually from Sony.
No, it's actual. I think it's.
Is it
Hang on,
This is
let
from
me see.
Sony
Let me check this.
Entertainment. It's not
One sec.
real. Anywho, with the way things are going, I heard a couple months ago, like from a reliable source. I don't want to talk about it in case they get cancelled, but I heard from a reliable source the whole plot of the film, roughly. Right? I'm not gonna say it because I know you guys might not want to know it as well.
Yeah.
But so far, just seeing from the trailer or trailers that are about to be a thing, this was so accurate. The leak that they've had, and going back to the thing you said about the 3 different Spider-Man, how could you have older villains from older movies and not have the older Spider-Man?
I
How
know.
could you
Yeah,
not
exactly.
have that?
Stupid Sam.
Oh, shut up, Blue.
Yeah, Blue. There's 2 Sams and 2 Blues. Shush, Blue.
Ah, yeah. And then
I mean,
I'm assuming
Cross,
you
'cause
know.
it's Blue.
So go ahead.
No, because Cross looks confused. It's Bluey, or Bluey, Blue.
He's a
Sam.
shapeshifter. He's a shapeshifter.
He's a shapeshifter.
He's a
Okay, sorry.
I'm
Go
assuming
on,
you know
Sam.
who Mephisto is.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you
The-
think? Go on.
No, I was gonna say the amount of rumors that came from WandaVision, but
Yeah.
continue.
But, like,
Didn't
You saw? I'm assuming you saw the trailer where Doctor Strange was doing all the bus thing.
Yes.
You
yes,
know
I
that
did.
kind of acts as if he's kind of attacking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Well,
with the rumors of Mephisto inside of, there was Mephisto rumors in Loki, WandaVision.
right.
You know, I've seen rumors that Doctor Strange might be being taken over by Mephisto. Do you
Mhm.
think any of that could possibly be true, or?
The biggest thing is from seeing the first trailer, everyone's like, "That's not Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's not the same Doctor Strange we know." And a theory that, like, me and my dad came up with was, if you've watched What If, then you'll know about the evil Doctor Strange. People are considering that is potentially an evil Doctor Strange who has escaped his little tiny bubble universe that he's in, and he is gonna go berserk and bizarre, and he's gonna take over the role as Doctor Strange. But at the same time, I think it's just coincidence that isn't the actual Doctor Strange. I think it is, but there's always a possibility that it could be a different Doctor Strange. Because now with
Reported.
Loki opening up the multiverse of madness, It's okay, it's okay. Cross has got people coming into our room.
About that, yeah, I cannot wait for Loki season 2.
Loki
I'm
season
not-
2 is gonna
yeah.
bang.
Loki
Sorry,
was
go
one
on,
of
Ethan.
my favorite
Disney
TV
Channel.
shows, and it was
Right.
You
Yeah.
Marvel neeks.
Shut up,
Get
Blue.
on Blue.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Shut up, Blue. I mean, the one thing that freaked me out, and only a couple people know this. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have known this at the time. The day that the premiere premiered, I put on my story like congratulations to like the main actors who were in it. So like Tom Hiddleston who played Loki and Sophia DiMartino who played Sylvie. I was like atting them and I was like, good job. And she came and saw it and I was like,
Oh,
oh
we
my god,
know.
she saw my story. And then the one who played Kid Loki as well saw it and I was like, that's so cool. It was like
Wow.
great. It was a good day.
Did they
But
message you anything or?
yeah, well, I obviously added them and sent them it, and they both liked the messages. They didn't say anything back, but they'd liked them and seen it, and I was like, "That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so cool." Um, but it was such a great series. I'm still confused. It still left me very confused, but we'll just have to see what happens in season 2, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
with
the
that.
ending of it was.
Mm.
Shit.
No, it wasn't. Kang the Conqueror. Oh my goodness.
Marvel Neeks.
Oh, shut up, you DC Neek.
DC is so much better.
Yes.
It's not even
It's
funny.
No,
on
it's
about-
not. Don't
It
even.
is.
It's not.
It
Bro,
is
you
not.
have a scarecrow as a villain. A scarecrow.
Scarecrow is one of the best villains.
He says his favorite villain is Scarecrow, and to be fair, DC did come first, but their movies are awful. Marvel is on top and will stay on top for a while.
No, it won't.
I mean, with the new Flashpoint like movie coming out and the the Batman and stuff like
And
that,
Black Adam.
I feel like this could be a turnaround. And like Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Black Adam, stuff like that. That could be an actual turnaround, and people are going to enjoy that.
Sorry.
I mean, the Suicide Squad film that came out last year or this year or whenever it was wasn't the best. I was expecting better from it,
though.
but it wasn't very
Oh
good in my
my
opinion.
god.
I personally didn't like it because they, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it already, but they, okay, well they literally killed off a lot of people at the very beginning, and then had just the few that were the main. Like there were so many villains slash heroes there that you could have had for future films and stuff like that, but you kill them off instantly, and it's like, oh, that's a waste.
Yeah,
Then,
because they're stinky villains.
but still, it's something you could have had for future stuff,
I will say the only thing that I like from DC, and it's funny because I love the DC show of the Flash. I think
Mhm.
I think it's a great show. But why have a different actor for the movies?
Fair enough. I mean, they did
like
cross over in one of the episodes.
Yeah, but
if you
I
guys,
don't know. It's
yeah.
like he's then in there in his like tin suit in the movies, and I don't know. I don't like that.
That's true.
And then for
I mean-
Shazam, the whole movie was about him, and then at the end,
Mhm.
there's now 6 of them.
And now that's going to be like the main theme of the next
Yeah,
one.
I personally didn't like that, but you know.
But I can't lie. Flash is one of my favorite heroes because I've always wanted the power. If I could have any superpower, it would be speed. I'd love that, right?
Oh yeah, you love the Flash.
I obviously love Marvel more, but Flash is a better superhero than Quicksilver. I will tell you that.
Can I just
I'll
say
tell you that.
something?
Yeah, go on.
In my opinion, the latest Marvel films have been so stinky, it's not even funny.
They've had to do them all through lockdown, Blue.
yeah,
I mean,
I
they're not
know.
even that bad.
I
And
think
the
they're not
same
even
with
that bad.
Suicide Squad. But Black Widow is so stinky, it's not even funny.
To an extent, it was, but at the same time, I feel like it would have done so much better if they'd released it before Infinity War or before Endgame or whenever it was. Yeah, go on, Cross. Yeah, Cross, yeah. What? What?
Sorry, Loki, but
Yes.
Loki though. But how are you
We-
saying Loki shit? How?
We're not saying Loki shit. Well,
How?
Blue
No,
is.
But
But...
he said the recent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not really a movie. That's more of a
I
TV
prefer
show.
Falcon
Good
Winter
point.
Soldier.
But
I
still,
prefer Falcon Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter
Um,
Soldier was great. I loved
it is
it.
good, but I still prefer Loki or WandaVision.
one bit. Wait.
WandaVision was the best. Hands
Yeah.
down, WandaVision was better than Loki.
WandaVision
no
didn't make
offense.
any sense to me.
Of course it didn't.
Because you didn't watch it all, Blue. I remember you even specifically told me you just watched parts.
Yeah, because it was
So-
stinky.
Obviously, you're not going to understand if
Oh.
you don't watch it all.
It was stinky.
I mean,
I just-
coming from
I
a
saw-
DC fan, I mean, I'm not that bothered.
Exactly.
I'll
You're
be
not going to
quiet.
know.
You Marvel Neeks.
I mean,
Okay,
you
sorry,
probably just
DC
think
Nate.
it's stinky because there's no Batmobile.
No,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Pull out their like ass, you know.
think it's
Batmobile.
stinky because I swear to God, Vision died. Or am I dumb? Vision did
Yes.
No,
die, right?
you are dumb.
How has he come back then? Why has he come
Because
back?
Oh
Wanda
my.
is a living walking Infinity Gauntlet. She can,
So why
because
did
of
she
She
her
can do what
reality.
she wants.
No, because of her reality warping powers, she was able to bring back people from the dead in a confined space of her own. It was through all of her grief of losing her brother, losing her parents, and losing Vision that she lost control of her anger and exploded into a giant hexagonal area in a town called Westfield or Westview. Westfield is in
Westview.
London.
Westfield is a
Westfield
shopping
is in London.
centre.
Westfield is in London.
Westfield is sick and we all need to go and vlog it.
But you're not gonna understand it, Blue, unless you watch it.
But you're
Like,
saying she's a walking Infinity Gauntlet. Then why can she beat Thanos?
she could have, but because of the
She
thing with the
didn't.
raining down, well, in Endgame, when the thing was raining down, that was what stopped her. She could have killed Thanos right there and then. If Thanos didn't scream rain fire, she would have killed him right there and then.
She's a B-Tech Starfire. That's what she
Not
is.
really. But yeah, see, there's your DC neakiness again. That's just a
It's
DC
DC's
reference.
better. We came first. You copied us.
I
You
know,
copied
I
us.
know that DC came first, but Marvel is better on top.
No, it
It
isn't.
is the better franchise.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It's more
Batman's
popular though.
Rogues Gallery is so much better than Spider-Man's, and every single
fine.
Marvel's heroes Rogues Gallery.
I swear to God,
Anyway,
when you get big and this is shown to people, he's gonna get cancelled so
You
fast
can't even cancel me because
for
it's my
like
opinion.
one-sided people.
to avoid the controversy, I think we should move on to something else. So, upcoming films that I'm excited for: Eternals, which comes out in a couple days.
God's sake.
Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Kingsman. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
gonna say Halloween
Oh, yeah.
Kills, but I only watched that the other day, so it's pretty good. Watch it if you like Halloween
Stinky.
films or Michael Myers.
Is Avatar
Um,
2 coming out? What the hell?
You what?
Avatar 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
gonna.
think it's this year. I think it's next year, but I don't know. But then next year we've got movies such as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
It's gonna be great.
That I think is going to be a lot linked to the what's happening in the new Spider-Man.
Again, I've heard something about Doctor Strange. I mean, I don't know if it's true because I think they've started production. I think they finished it, but I don't know if this is true. Spoiler warning for all of you. If you don't want to hear it, just tell me now. But I heard that all the original actors who are gonna play the roles in the MCU are gonna play a part in this. So you know the portal scene in Avengers Endgame where you see all of them
Yeah.
coming out of the portals.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
there's gonna be something similar to that with actors who are gonna play the roles. For example, you might see Tom Cruise as Iron Man because Tom Cruise was originally gonna play Iron Man, or we might see Emily Blunt play Black Widow. And apparently there's going to be a scene like that in it. So, but that's all I've heard.
That'd be pretty funny, to be fair.
It's like alternate realities. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, I just
It goes with the theme, so
Yeah.
yeah, different
So
universes, different
that would
people.
be interesting. But yeah, there are a lot of films coming out soon. But then we have to talk about the TV shows. Disney Plus are
Oh.
doing a banging job right now.
I've
Disney
not got
Plus
it.
are
I need to
doing
get it.
amazing. You haven't got it yet.
No,
You need to
my
get
mum bought it, and then my mum changed the password and forgot it.
Okay, I was gonna say I can just give you
Changed
my
it again,
account.
and then-
I can give you my account if you want. That's cool.
Okay, sick.
But they're doing some banging things. This year alone, we've got Hawkeye still to come, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
book of
That's just sick.
and the Book of Boba Fett for Star Wars fans. That's two things we got to
see how
come.
Sam got a little bit more excited about that.
No, but yeah, well, I mean, I
Fingers
love my
crossed.
Star Wars. I love my DC as well, Blue. Don't get me wrong. I love my DC, but I love my Marvel, my Star Wars more.
You stinker.
So, but there are some such good things coming. There's so next year we've got like a Miss Marvel TV show as well coming soon, stuff like that. They're
Sounds like
also with
what?
Disney Plus. I got Star, so you've got different movies from older time periods or any time period on there. Like you've got the TV show The Walking Dead on there that you can watch now. Something that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be on Disney Plus. But yeah, they are doing a really, really, really good job at the moment. But they have stolen the spotlight from Netflix. I can't lie. I feel
Yeah.
very bad for Netflix.
Netflix is
but,
still better than
you know.
Star.
Yeah. Netflix is better,
You can't
but
imagine-
they're doing really well with it.
They're
at the
catching
moment.
up.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of films coming out this
Not
this
catching up.
next year or so.
I mean,
I'm just looking through.
think about it. This year alone, we've had the beginning of the year. We had WandaVision, then we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then we had Loki, then recently we've just had What If, and now we have Hawkeye. That's 5 TV shows in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
With
That's
the
more than
chaos
you'd
of this
expect.
year as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then
There's
we've got Miss Marvel next year, don't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
and Loki season 2. We got so many things coming.
Got
So
new
many
Thor.
things.
New
I will
Thor
talk
coming out.
about Blue though. The good like DC films that I'm actually excited to see is Flashpoint or whatever it's called, the Flash film. The new Batman I'm skeptical about because the actor who's playing him is not an awful actor, but he's not good for the role. You got Shazam: Fury of the Gods. That's kind of cool.
I think that's gonna be
You got
cool.
you got Black Adam. Aquaman might be good, but I'm not entirely sure. And I think those are the top 5 that are coming out like next year and the year after that are actually going to be decent, I'd say. Am I forgetting
Sinister
any?
Six is getting a film.
Indiana Jones 5.
What is getting a film?
First Sinister Six is also getting a film.
Well, apparently they're going to only appear in the Spider-Man thing, but you know.
It's just
But
stinking.
apparently in the Spider-Man film, it's not going to be the Sinister Six. It's going to be the Sinister Five. Apparently, what they've said.
Why?
Okay, now this is getting into spoiler territory. If you haven't watched Venom: Let There Be Carnage,
Let
I'm
there
gonna say
be
something very.
No,
carnage.
no,
It's not
no.
cross.
No one's seen it other
It's,
than you,
it's
Sam.
not.
I
No,
can't
I
hear-
haven't seen
I've
it
seen
yet.
it.
I haven't seen it
I've
yet.
seen
Oh.
it. I've
Cross.
seen it.
Cross. I'm not talking about the actual movie. I'm talking about the end credit scene here.
Oh, that's even
I've not
worse.
seen that. I've not seen that.
If you don't want to hear it, mute me. Okay.
No.
All right. The end credit scene of Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Venom is transported into the Marvel universe. At the very last scene, he's watching. Eddie Brock is watching TV,
The
and
block.
Eddie Brock is watching TV, and then all of a
Eddie
sudden, the
Brock.
world glitches, and on his screen is J. Jonah Jameson talking about Spider-Man. So
What?
Venom is potentially going to be in the upcoming Spider-Man film this year.
Won't be,
So
not this
the
one.
roughly confirmed villains: Doc Ock, because we've all seen him; Green Goblin, because we've seen his pumpkin bomb; Electro, we've all heard about it; potentially Sandman,
Yeah, I was supposed to say that.
or Lizard, and Venom.
We've seen Lizard, haven't we?
So
Yeah, no,
we
Lizard
did
did
see
make
it,
an
but
appearance.
that could be Venom as well. We don't
No, it's
know.
Lizard. It's definitely Lizard. Why would Venom be in a sewer? With
I
all
mean,
the loud
Venom's
noise.
confirmed.
Guys,
Venom's confirmed to be in it.
have
So
you heard the thing about how Ned could be Green Goblin?
yeah, the Hobgoblin. The
Hobgoblin,
Hobgoblin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goblin. What a shit villain.
Because
Yeah.
the reason why apparently
Because his best friend.
Jacob Batalon, who is playing, or Ned, like Spider-Man's
Yeah.
best friend, the reason why he apparently lost all this weight was for the role that he's going to be doing in this film. Now we don't know why, but it could be. The rumors speculate it's Hobgoblin.
I mean, I say
So
that's gonna give a whole lot of hate. People love Ned, like. And if
yeah, I love
Spider-Man has
Ned.
to kill Ned, like he did in the comics,
Yeah, that's true.
and it annoyed a lot of people.
I mean, the reason why they're saying that Ned might become Hobgoblin, again, this might be spoiler territory, but it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. Because of this spell that Doctor Strange is doing to make everyone forget Peter is Spider-Man, Ned is gonna forget that Peter is Spider-Man, and he's gonna. I don't remember exactly why it was, but he's gonna envy him, and something's gonna happen where he's gonna want to kill him, and he's gonna become Hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. So that'd be very, very interesting.
That sounds like
Theory.
Tobey Maguire's
Go on, Blue.
Harry Osborn.
Yes.
I feel like Doc Ock will turn good. Him and
Alright.
Tobey Maguire will sacrifice himself, and they will die. That's my theory.
I mean, we all know someone's gonna die in this film.
Yeah.
Like, surely.
Hopefully, Tom
surely.
Holland get him out of the mix.
Oh,
No,
oh
'cause they
my!
said
I
that-
will be.
Fuck's
They
sake.
said that he's gonna apparently be in the Sonyverse now because obviously Marvel have lost the right after this film. They've lost the right
Spider-Man.
to Spider-Man, so he's going back to Sony, and he might be in future Sony films like Morbius or another Venom film, stuff like that.
I will be
So-
so annoyed.
Yeah, well, there are exciting things to come, and I'm just anticipated about that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry for people for this whole segment who have no idea about Marvel and DC and stuff, so I'm very sorry.
Now, another
Um,
question about Marvel. What do you think is gonna happen with Black Panther 2? You know,
Oh, that is going to
I think we might see the White Panther.
Killmonger.
just
No, no,
Since
I wanna
it
hear your
rest in
ideas.
peace, Chad Wickman.
Yeah,
you know,
rest
like,
in peace, Chadwick.
he's gone. So obviously,
Mhm.
I'm sure they had to rewrite the whole script. But you know,
Theories consisting around Shuri, who is Black Panther's younger sister, is going to
You're the one I've
become.
seen.
Or do you guys know who M'Baku is, or M'Baku? Do you remember him
Jesus,
from the first one?
yeah.
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 Yeah, he's apparently also going to be something to do with that. And then another theory was that Michael B. Jordan's character is going to come
Killmonger.
from the multiverse and become Black Panther again.
All this
So
multiverse thing, man.
it's
It's because they're
confusing.
making it all tie into something in the end.
It's
at the beginning.
confusing, but they could make it work. They could make it work.
I'm just waiting for the day where X-Men are coming, and then Avengers, and then
Fantastic.
I'm just
Four.
waiting. Just
I'm
waiting.
like,
Yeah,
we-
Fantastic
turn
Four.
up.
hmm Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. That's clever. They've got Matt Murdock, who plays Daredevil in the Daredevil TV show. They're gonna have him in the Spider-Man film this year, or in this December.
Yeah,
Not know that.
If
yeah.
you're-
Apparently he's going to be the defendant first.
So yeah, his lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah,
I no, I've heard the rumors. I don't believe it
that's
though.
going to be sick.
I
I
think
don't believe it, but it would be sick.
you
It
do
would be
see when the
awesome.
camera goes up a small bit of his face, right?
It's
And
not him.
it's just the person he's after taking off
Yeah.
his jacket.
It's not him.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of us are kind of we have to see it to believe it, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know.
we'll just have to wait and see what happens now. But yeah. Do you want to maybe talk about one other thing and then end the podcast, or do you want to end it here?
We
Let's-
are
Horror movies.
an hour and 20
What
minutes.
have you got in mind?
Okay, I feel like we can do one more, and then that should be good. All right, let's have a look here. Let's. Okay, well, why don't we have it as like a off the top of our head, maybe ending thoughts for the podcast?
I know all my
Well-
head's gonna be on is Marvel.
Yeah.
All you're talking about is Marvel. My brain's just like, I wait for Coraline too, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that scares me. Caroline scares me. The button eyes. That's
They're the
creepy
shouting.
as hell. It's
Oh my god,
creepy.
yeah.
That's
The-
my
no,
problem.
that's creepy.
I can't have if I do dance in my room, I vibe to music as like brain, but I can't have all of her stuffies on her bed staring at me. If their face is turned towards, I have to turn away. And I'm pretty sure I got that from Coraline because button I can't have anything that has button eyes. I can't do it. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's Coraline, but I will still watch it. I still love it. And yeah.
I
Fair
gotta
enough.
rewatch it. Last time I watched it was when I was like 5. And that movie's not made for that age group, man. It says PG.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
not.
watched it then.
Sorry, I've never watched it.
You have to. It's like
Never
it's a
watched Coraline.
PG movie, but it's also
I've-
a horror
there's-
movie.
There's so many films I've not watched that people have watched, like Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline.
Nightmare
There's
Before
a
Christmas.
lot. There's a
Ever.
lot of
What?
films I just haven't watched.
Ever. Spooky,
No.
scary skeleton.
Cross,
You're
you good there?
making it worse.
um,
You're making
but-
it worse.
no, I'm more into like actual horror films, like
It.
Halloween and
Actual.
Child's Play. It.
Child's Play is so bad. I'm sorry,
you
but
know.
Chucky's such a fucking shit
Uh,
horror character.
It's
What was
true.
the
It's so
one
shit.
where it was? What's the one where it was all the kids in the forest and they had like the animal masks?
I will
What's it called?
Oh,
Cross,
that
you've
one.
turned
oh,
your
you
thing to
broke-
the side.
Oh, what have you done?
You- I don't remember. I
I
actually
think
am not
I know
sure.
what he's talking about, but I don't know what the film name is.
Yeah, I don't know why. You made me think of
Huntress.
Do you
Sam,
know
I
the?
don't think we can be related anymore.
No,
No. You literally listed two of my favorite films, and you're like, I haven't seen. I will come over right now with a DVD of the Coraline and be like, hey, you're watching this on repeat for 5 hours.
do you guys know what the Wild Things are, or where the
Oh
Wild
my
Things
god, it was one of the
are?
worst
Yeah.
films I've
Do you know what that is?
ever
Yeah.
That's what
watched.
you made me think of, with all the big monsters and the one human boy in like the cat costume or whatever it was,
That was the Wild Things time. That was sick.
or the
that was-
Gruffalo. Oh my
It was
god,
right after that.
Gruffalo.
Toy Story.
Rest in peace, Gruffalo. But yeah, no, there's a lot of like kids things that only things like us would know, but other people would be like, "What's that?" Like the hungry caterpillar. No one knows what that is, or a lot of people don't know what that is.
What else?
I
It's the
still have
book.
the
You don't know what
Yes,
the
the
Hungry
book.
Caterpillar is?
What?
Bruh.
Don't know what the hungry caterpillar is.
Who doesn't know the what?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, it's the cat. It's the one in the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But there are
What does
people
it
who have
eat?
no idea what that is. There are people who have no clue what that is, and that really upsets me because there are kids now who are like, no idea what these kind of things are when we experienced it when we were like young kids, you know.
All they know
That's what I
nowadays
do when I
is
watch Lauren's TV shows, and I'm like, "What is this?" She's like, "It's this." I'm like, "No, I had Chuggington, Rory the racing car,
Noddy.
and Mr. Maker."
Yeah.
all
Oh
they
my
know
god,
now
Mr.
is
Me.
every single name of
Nodine,
Fortnite skins.
Noddy was top
Yeah.
notch.
I mean, all it is now is
Have you seen
now it's even from the moment you pop out of the womb, it's about what your sexuality is, because that's all it is about nowadays. It's
We're
about
not
whether
going
you're
now,
whether
we're
you're
not going
we're not going to go into that this time. We'll do that on the next podcast, but let's do our ending thoughts now. What do you guys think of today's first episode? What's your
Got a
ideas?
lot done.
Oh my!
calm.
Yeah, I think
This is going to be the only calm podcast that exists.
no, it'll be chaotic.
I
In the
mean-
future, it'll be chaotic.
The first part, I wasn't a fan of. It was too
Mhm.
deep and serious, man. I mean, after the first part, you know, it was good.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of seriousness in your life, you know. Sometimes it's got to go deep for people to get the message across, kind of thing, you know. I saw that cross.
That's
Anyway,
it.
No,
guys, this is going to continue on next week. We are planning to do this every Friday, hopefully. New people, different people every week. I hope you guys shut up, Blue. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's first episode of the
I'm going to disown
podcast.
Sam.
If you're gonna like it, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please like it. If, for example, we figure out a way to put it on Spotify, please save it. You know, I hope you guys enjoy this,
They
and
can
we will
still
see
heart it.
you. That's true. We will see you guys next week for part 2. Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.
Adios.
Gay. Gay.